Welcome back to a brand new Civ 6 or Civilization 6 Deity video. Today I am going to be playing Teddy Roosevelt the Bull Moose, the one leader who looks like his face was made of silly putty when they made this game. We're going to be the only people on the North American and South American continent. We just threw in like 50 civs in Europe and the old world just to duke it out, eat each other's ass, that kind of stuff. Now I am going to reveal all because it's like a TSL Earth map, so I fucking know it's not as if I'm giving myself an insurmountable advantage by revealing it all. And going through every natural wonder, which is fucking more strokes than it takes me to ejaculate. But just like my sexual activities, it takes me about 3 seconds to go through the entire motions. And yeah, as you can see right here, we're the only civilization in North America. We got Cahokia, aka the natives in this situation, which we will be peacefully assimilating. No one else over here, and then Europe and Africa, you know, you got Mali, you got Arabia, Alexander, Poland, all that good stuff. And yeah, they're going to be bending each other over in the old world while I'm trying to get every single tile I can in the new world. Let's get started. As we reload the map, because playing on a revealed map is kind of cheating, do mind the panty wetting you are about to see. I do recommend loose-fitting clothing for this part, as we just get more culture than is even possible in the first 2 turns from any other civ. This starts absolutely fucking sensational, one of the best civs in the game. And if I do seem mad, don't worry. I just found out my brother used Sharpie on my Nintendo Switch, and he's in another country right now, away from ass-beating distance, so I am going to take out my rage on the AI. We're gonna go mining, we're gonna go writing, no real reason to use units because I'm not doing barbarians, just cause I don't think feeding my PTSD is good for anyone in this game. And for my starting location, I guess we're gonna go double scouts, double slinger into monument. Now, I'm not an imposter, and Potato McWhiskey doesn't have me in his basement repenting for all the times I've shit on scouts. There's really no reason not to go them considering how huge North America is, and the fact that I'm not going to have to deal with anyone in the super early game, aside from Cahokia. I don't even know, we might as well take Magnus. We're going to be spamming out more settlers as a tribute to Shinzo Abe. We're going to be fixing Japan's population problem all on our own this game. I'm expecting multiple 20-pop cities. I'm going to move this guy up north and go for civic-wise, doesn't even really matter. I'm going to blitz through the civic tree faster than a Usain Bolt in a 100-meter. So next turn it, plenty of good places for cities, and with all these woods, we're going to be making culture up the ass, really, right up the rectum, right in the descending anal colon. We're going to be making a lot of culture is what I'm trying to say. There's our first rock-throwing David getting ready to fight the Goliath known as Cahokia. And we do get another absolute cum-wetting tile right over there. Absolutely beautiful. Pantheon-wise, I'm wiggling my finger and jiggling my nipples right now because religious settlements is available. Gonna take this guy and put him right in front of Cahokia, right in front of this fucker's face, just to show him who's boss. Making 8 culture, we're making 3.5 science, and before we continue, we are continuing the Ultimate Civ 6 Deity Challenge later on stream at dear fucking Neptune. I think I just shit on my pants. But yeah, if you guys are interested in watching me go through the hardest deity challenge ever, the first VOD is literally the video before this one, so you can go check it out if you want. I'm not going to build one in Boston because Boston has a production problem. It's taking them till the next fucking ice age to build this monument. Now we can declare war on Cahokia, and yeah, we're just going to be waiting here till they move their units in. I'm not really too worried about the city's range attack, considering the fact that it's going to be a wet paper fucking towel, 9 total damage. Cahokia doing absolutely catastrophic damage to our elite armed forces right now. I think it might be time to surrender in the near future. This war card is getting infinite experience without suffering damages, as the territorial defense forces of Cahokia seems to be armed with nothing more than pebbles and small twigs. It's turn 42 and we have 5 science per turn with 18 culture, making us the bastion of global scientific and technological development. Culturally, I am going to go ahead and go Recorded History and Merchant Republic for some bands before making my way down to communism. As is the case in history, the United States was always a safe haven for communist and socialist elements. It's not even a good city, honestly. There's no production whatsoever here, but I kind of want this useless city for my own just to make the map look better. We got the classical era dedication, and all of this is absolute dog shit right now. I'd rather take some shit and shove it up my throat. We're getting ready to relive the crack epidemic by settling on this tile with the settler for the city of Charleston. Here in New Orleans, there's absolutely jack all to place the campus district, so I'm probably better off just trying to go for some gold. So the strategy for this game is to win a science victory. That's pretty much why I have Rockefeller and Indian Peter Griffin right here. We already got Peter Griffin up to Grand, so we're going to get Space Initiative soon. I was scrolling around after getting Pantanal till I saw this fucking clusterfuck going on through here. Apparently some fucker was smoking in a gas station or some shit and just exploded the entire northwest Canadian states. Absolutely disgusting, but it is free real estate and these yields are going to be magnificent for us. We finally get the second promotion for scouts, and this really is new territory for me, really breaking new frontiers. I've never gotten to this stage before. I'd like to thank my mom. After that, tech tree wise, we're gonna go apprenticeship into education, make a beeline towards industrialization, chemistry, rocketry, followed by satellites, nanotechnology, hopefully some nukes if Japan is added in this game. I'm not really sure if we did put them in. Our science is looking like an absolute mini chub, just pretty much the average penis size of your non-CivLifeR subscriber, as I lose half the population of Boston from just one fucking forest fire. We only got 6 cities by turn 77, but I think that's kind of fine considering the fact we dealt with fucking Madara's fire style during the entire game right now. City of Boston's at 1 population, Cahokia's at 4. The other cities weren't hit too badly, but they already had less people than fucking Nevada's desert right now, so really not much for the city-state to their fire to take, excuse me. Gonna send this settler to go settle the Gobi Desert right over here. We got this archer right here at 1 health, trapped like a stepsister in a washing machine with all these forest fires coming out. But I do see an opening and am able to get out without the stepbrother's help. This is the stage where I got a That's So Raven type flashback, really Jimmy Neutron entering the inner depths of my mind to function that 4th chromosome I found lying around to realize that with Nazca Lines and the Desert Petra City, I could be looking at a much better city with suzerainship of Nazca, so I get Amani and send her to the city-state. Give him some of that sloppy toppy, get those Nazca Lines, and hopefully make this city into an absolute disgusting human aberration of industrial development. There's the World Congress, don't even know how I'm a part of it considering the fact that I haven't met everybody. And at this stage, I'm probably the only person on the planet who fucking knows North America exists. Go ahead and get some more cotton over here. Absolutely beautiful. We're making money up the ass right now. Probably have a corporation when it comes to... Alright, special session. Don't even know why that showed up for me. I decided to take a screenshot of the aftermath of the forest fire to get some free Reddit karma when it comes to yield porn. And I also decided that I might as well bury my face in this fucking titty level of goodness and just go ahead and just start settling everywhere in this section. I feel like at this point we gotta get a Me Too hashtag trended for Boston because they've been absolutely assaulted by these forest fires. Going to Boston at this point is a death sentence. You'd probably be better off trying to make it in modern day Syria or some fucking shit. We got Petra about 20 turns away, and I'm getting ready with the seppuku sword to fucking kill myself if I don't get this bullshit. I'm not even certain I'll post this video if I don't get the Petra, if I'm being honest. That is the absolute best Petra location I have seen in a while. The game kind of worried me a little bit at the start. I thought I'd be burnt to a crisp like Astrid and fucking Skyrim, but these yields have made this a lot easier considering the fact that I have multiple cities right now building settlers, so we might even be able to snake our way through to South America as well after we're finished with the North. We did end up getting the Petra. I didn't show the Wonder Screen because I fucking started talking too late. But there it is, right there, Petra. Now the city of Philadelphia is looking absolutely submissive and breedable. At this stage of the game, we've pretty much spread out faster than Staph aureus and a UTI infection. And we're pretty much have most of North America covered. Go ahead and settle Florida. Really isn't anything too interesting except for the fact that if we do see some shenanigans in the late game, it's probably coming out of St. Louis. There's a fuck me, apparently I can't speak today, but there's the big-ass triangle that sent you to fucking Mars if you go through it. And that's probably going to be our next city, considering the fact that we do want all those juicy yields for ourselves. Not only that, but we got some squid, we got something that looks like got a fucking tentacle hentai or whatever. And yeah, after that, I think our science should be pretty much fixed at that point. We'll be number 1 in the game. Then we could blitz and try to get a sub turn 230 or 240 victory, I think is probably likely. There's Cleveland, 1,000 times more useful than it'll ever be in our life. But yeah, looking at all these absolutely beautiful science and culture yields, we are beginning to take the game over by storm. Going to get a nice +3 campus over there, but we are lacking in titties. That's what it does to a motherfucker. Amenititties to be more precise. -1, we should be able to fix it after we meet some civs, and considering we get this guy, we'll probably send him to Europe to try to meet our first customers. There's our first great merchant, Zhao de Guan. Yes, that is an absolutely accurate North American name for our culture. And really can't send this guy anyway. He just gives envoys to a city-state, which kind of is a little sucky. Probably keep him here, though, until I find a city-state. There's our first golden age in the Renaissance era, about 2 eras too late, although depending on the dedications, we could come back. Monumentality, probably not. I probably end up going to reform the coinage, because I think I need money more than anything right now. Here in this city now, we can just go ahead, get a trader, chop him out damn near immediately, and we'll send this guy off to Washington. There's our first civilization met. We got Gaul right here, Ambiorgs with those pussy-shaped mustache lips. And it's absolutely beautiful. He's making more science than us, but my culture dong is TheCivLifeR subscriber level. So we are going to end up trading 4 of our luxuries at a discounted price. Considering it takes us about 5 turns to build a university, our science is just skyrocketing at this point, catching up to Gaul. And when it comes to science-wise in total, as we get the spaceports or whatever, we are now 22 techs. We're about 10 techs behind Gaul. But you have to realize that my people don't even know what the fuck bronze is. They don't know iron, wheel. What the hell is a wheel? Is that some sort of witchcraft? And then we get engineering, machinery, all these techs that take like 1 turn that I'm really not too worried about. There's Macedon strutting in like he owns the place, and if I'm not careful, he just might. We also meet Mansa Musa, the guy who looks like an absolute Arab version of a neckbeard, and after that we are going to be trading some of our luxuries to them. Oh my god, look at all the money we got. We're going to be able to get some silver. These guys are absolutely not giving me everything I need. And we meet Bologna right here. That's an immediate 4 envoys to absolutely skyrocket our science. And we're going to send Zhao Deguan. I definitely getting canceled on Twitter for that pronunciation. Absolutely abhorrent. We'll send him to Bologna, and then hopefully we can get suzerainty of Bologna, which is going to be huge for our science and great people numbers. Macedon wants to be my friend, which could help with the Science Alliance if he wasn't all the way over here, 500 tectonic plates over. So I think I'm just going to wait till someone like Gaul or Mali or someone close to us ends up being my ally. There's Industrialization right now, almost mispronounced that word. We do have a coal tile over there and a coal tile here in New Orleans. And we're looking pretty good right now. We're going to be able to get lots of coal power plants, and we are hopefully going to be able to now get suzerainty of Bologna. Also, real quick, I'm not sure if this happened. If you guys hear any slurping sounds in the background, I didn't break a rib to suck my own dick. I am drinking an energy drink right now. It's just, I'm looking through recordings, and previous recordings, it does kind of sound like I'm slurping on a penis, but that's not the case. As we get the last settler from San Francisco, Manifest Destiny is pretty much complete. I see no natives in sight in the North American continent, which is absolutely huge for us, as Alexander calls me a pussy for not fighting, despite the fact no one's within 5 light years of me at this point. Molly loves me because I got so much faith and gold, I even made him come. Go get the lumber mill as we meet the Civ 6 waifu, the only person on Earth who's really worth a tier 3 subscription. If they make it Jedwiga OnlyFans as like the new Frontier Pass or whatever, I'm activating Goblin mode. We are, look at this, guys. Right there, that's a $500 donation. We'll probably go for an economic alliance. There we go. This is probably the first time actually I've ever made an alliance with her. I do not remember these animations. I'm not even joking. Make friends with Macedon because I don't want to be dragged in against him while he's absolutely hitting it from the rear and fucking two-fronting Jadwiga at this point. Dear fucking god. You can't even fucking see her on the map. This guy made her disappear like fucking Houdini. But research-wise, we'll probably go for like a cultural alliance or something. And here we are settling our capital city of Houston in the Bermuda Triangle, and I'm about to gobble up all these damn tiles. Give me all that good stuff. Absolutely good, delicious. We'll get that 10 science one first. Okay, you know what? We should probably start growing a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the squid, as we do get a pretty nice free builder. Build a harbor over here. We'll use this builder to go ahead and get the squid before we get to the tentacle porn. And yeah, this city, after it gets a good bit of population, is absolutely going to carry our science. We also get the city-state of Auckland as a suzerain, which is absolutely huge considering the fact I have so much fresh water everywhere. It's absolutely disgusting. This is the point where I realized my brain power absolutely tanked. We put a campus over here instead of the gorgeous +5 there. Kind of makes me mad a little bit, not gonna lie, but we're just gonna push through it, hopefully. Molly does not want to be my friend, no matter how many times I try. Apparently that neckbeard comment I made when I first met him really got to him. Another great person. We get Wonder Construction this time, so we can send this guy to hopefully finish the entire Ruhr Valley. And it also reminds me that I should probably get the mausoleum at Helicarnassus, and probably as fast as I can, because once we get that, the great engineers in the future are just going to be just chopping away, giving us the most spaceship parts possible per chop, as well as giving us the decisive advantage in a science victory. We can also get Oxford University, which is pretty huge. I don't expect to get it here in the city of Baltimore, but it's always worth a shot, I guess. In fact, I'm going balls deep with Oxford, actually. We're going to go ahead and send this great engineer back there, just to try to get Baltimore as big as possible. So we are going to need some production more than anything. I think this is probably the best we could do at this stage. We'll go indoctrinate ourselves into the owls right now, giving me a free wildcard slot as well as many spies as I want to build, which is going to be super helpful to steal all the technologies I need, because Nubia's #1 right now. Oxford University was unfortunately stolen from out underneath us, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Really wasn't expecting to get it in this city, although I did kind of waste a great engineer point in getting it. So I think I might just use the production to get the Taj Mahal, because why the hell not? There's a mausoleum as well as the Ruhr Valley, both in the same turn, and we also get a free privateer unit. Oh goody. This guy's going to be the absolute difference between winning and losing, isn't he? And a free promotion as well. You might as well curtain call, close it all. It's going to be the end. We got the privateer, and therefore science victories in the bag. The Peeping Tom boost to stealing tax is going to be really great for us, especially considering that with all the Eurekas we can get, we should be able to blitz through the lower end of the tech tree, which we've pretty much ignored like an unwanted stepchild. There's Vietnam with that usual crazy look in her eyes, like she's about to suck my fucking blood like a Megan Fox clone. But having Vietnam might be fine if we could get an alliance with her. Never mind, because Vietnam hates me because I'm part of a different secret cult. Kind of prejudicial, in fact. Did hurt my feelings a little bit, but what sucks even more is just the fact that I'm not going to be able to get an alliance for research, man. Although, actually, maybe if I could see if I could just sneak one in. I can't believe that fucking worked. It seems like all she wanted was a friend. In that case, we'll go ahead and get that research alliance. I'll give you 6 gold, man. That's, I don't know, man. I might need some fucking furs for it. I'll give you some, I don't have too much. I'll give you dyes, give you some ethically sourced cotton or whatever. And we get a nice research alliance as well as extra luxuries, which is pretty nice. Of course I'll establish an embassy in my capital. You're free to welcome anytime. And J of Armin doesn't like that I probably stole his girl or some fucking shit. Get fucked, pussy. There's Genghis Khan, the last civilization I think I need to meet. No, actually, there's literally one left I haven't met. I'm actually surprised it took me this long to find everybody. Alright, don't know if I want to be friends with Alex, considering he's fighting a war that would make fucking Germany in the 1940s scoff. And Jadwiga right here is doing the same, but I'm just going to do it anyways. It's going to take to the end of the next Ice Age, probably, to finish this research lab, so I am going to try to get as much money as possible by this research lab and continuously increase our absolute massive schlong when it comes to science, as it's a pretty good indicator of what's going to happen to your schlong after you leave a like and subscribe to the TheCivLifeR channel. Might as well follow my second channel and my Twitch as well, linked down below in the pinned comment. Enough TheCivLifeR lore, let's go ahead and get rationalism down there and get almost 460 science per turn. Dear fucking Neptune. Computers has been boosted. We'll go ahead and boost these disgusting yields. Absolutely juicy. Genghis screams in my face, pumping out his chest. I thought he was a gorilla there for a second instead of a world leader who conquered half the world. We just got spaceports right now, so we can immediately get them. 20 turns in the city of Philadelphia. Not too bad. Although I'm really looking at my juicy-ass fucking kappa. It's the same exact thing. Alright, for some reason I thought it would be a little more. Fortunately, I did put it in a flooding zone, which, that was kind of a fucking mistake. Gonna have to build flood walls soon. Looking all around, cities like Los Angeles, you could probably build one as well. Here in Baltimore, you could probably do the exact same fucking thing. Here in San Diego, again, we're going to be able to spam these guys out, which is going to be absolutely huge when it comes to the late game, where we do have to start getting those booster parts to get to space as fast as possible. And that's pretty much good for the most part. Yeah, we'll do that. There's the final civilization, Arabia. Let's see how well he's doing. 92 science. Not doing too shabby yourself, man. What the hell is going on with Arabia? Got the city of Aleppo, which looks about as devastated as real-life Aleppo, but he only has a couple cities. I'm assuming Nubia probably rocked his ass in the early game with her archers or something. We are going to be able to get the next 5-year plan, an absolutely famous American policy enacted during the Cold War, of course, when America was communism. Got drill manuals as well, because we do need some help with the coal per turn. Aside from that, public transport isn't that bad of an idea, except I only have, neighborhoods in, 2 cities. But so far so good. Let's go ahead and finish our— Shut up, phone! No one loves you! You'd think we were playing fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! With all the trap cards laying around. We got Arabia here wanting to be my friend, Alexander, except for the fact that they're literally the 2 of the 3 weakest civs in the entire game. Kind of unfortunate. Would have been great to have, Gaul as an ally, especially since I would have been able to get the science from traders earlier. But we are still making, 600, which is absolutely insane in its own right. So should hopefully be able to finish in the next, I would say, 30 turns max. There you have it, we fulfilled every anti-worker's dream ever and enacted communism in the United States of America. Now everyone can be dog walkers for 10 hours a day. James Bond over here acquired combustion, which is great. We can now promote him to recruit partisans. Disrupt rocketry is probably the best option, but he is going to be defending us when we finally do start on the space program in the next 550 turns. Whenever anyone tries to tell me Teddy Bull Moose isn't more broken than a dick after you erect one your way through a wall, I just tell him to look at my culture, not a single theater square, and yet I'm 92 culture ahead of second place, which is absolutely insane. Just like that, we're number 2 with text researched, closing in on the number 1 spot, which we should be able to accomplish in 2 turns probably. And we also have the Margaret Mead, or whatever, the one who gives us 1,000 science and culture. Sending her to Vietnam right now instead of some soldiers in order to foster good relations, suck up as much science and culture out of that country as we can, and hopefully from there we should be able to... What is Saladin doing with that 0 military strength? Very formidable strategy, in fact. Let's hope that works out for him. But yeah, it's pretty much going to be the goal for me to end off the game. Look at that, 8 turns to the Earth satellite, looking absolutely beautiful. R. Kelly over here just decided to leave his life of crime and trafficking children behind in order to become a spy for the United States. We'll give him linguist right now. There's our space Earth satellite. Beep, beep, beep is right. Words were never better spoken. We pretty much know everything right now. Poland is pretty much the Russia in this universe. Genghis Khan is Siberia. Vietnam right now, and Angkor Thum, or whatever his name is, Jayavarman, excuse me, is competing. We pretty much have the Caliphate back, except it's split between Arabia and the other half of Nubia. And then Mali over here is pretty much just snaking the entire western continent, pretty much just slivering in to pretty much say a big fuck you to Nubia, which is much appreciated. Go ahead and establish an embassy, I guess, even though I misclicked. Get an alliance, research alliance, in fact. Then we're going to hit next turn, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. We'll get that moon landing up and running. We also have some geothermal fissures, which is going to be absolutely huge, and I'd rather have mines here in the city of Philly. And then we'll probably actually end up trying to buy the research lab, and then you can go to campus research grants. Nanotech has been completely researched, which is absolutely fantastic. Gonna now go to robotics to see if we can just get any... Oh, I'm gonna need both nuclear fission and robotics, it seems. Alternatively, I could try to beeline this. I would need everything anyways. We'll just beeline this. Maybe the smart materials is over here. Did steal the last possible technology from Mongolia. Now, we could be a dick and try to great work heist, which is pretty much everything they have going for them with culture, but I decided instead to upgrade R. Kelly to seduction, which isn't exactly what I would call what he did in real life, but to each his own, as I'm now going to transfer over to Philadelphia, as I almost fumbled that sentence, and then probably keep him in the city center just to protect any sort of industrial zone, excuse me, to protect any forms of sabotage. And this is the time where I realized, in all my infinite wisdom, really something that the philosophers have been debating on for centuries, I don't even have a fucking governor in my capital city, so I decided to just go ahead, reassign Pingala right over here, send him to the city of Philadelphia so I can maybe get some extra production when building Mars colonies and stuff like that. Just something to consider. The other thing is, though, we did get globalization, and with all my city-state allies, we could get another 200 science per turn. Absolutely disgusting amounts, sending me well over the 1,000 mark, and pretty much guaranteeing my victory. And I was right, it seems like smart materials is over here, so in 3 technologies we'll have all the techs we need in order to win a science victory, depending on the next great engineers, and, well, actually, the great engineer, this guy right over here, is looking pretty strong. Go ahead and faith by this fucker right there, and hopefully we'll be able to get Sergei Korolev, because we are, again, role-playing communism, so we might as well get a fucking Russian. And, yeah, we'll go ahead and use Sergei, and I think he's a great engineer, probably, so we'll have 2 charges, then he can build the exoplanet expedition, and even maybe finish the Mars colony if we get him in time. We have 3 more envoys. We'll get Suzerain to even Alandia just because fuck everybody else. We'll try to get another Suzerain in order for us to hopefully be able to get more science out of the International Space Agency policy card. With Pingala coming into the city in the next turn, we'll have even more science and culture as well as a massive boost to the Mars colony, as I use the 20% rocketry production boost or whatever, great scientist, in order to increase my space Mars colonies levels from 9 turns to 6 and then 4, and now we are at 3 turns remaining until Philadelphia is going to be able to finish the Mars landing. We'll have the exoplanet expedition in time, so I am assuming right now, as we get absolutely flooded, I guess my drip wasn't hard enough and I got fucking flooded in the campus district, It's fine though, not everyone can be Portugal, even though this suit doesn't look too bad in my opinion. Let me know if you guys want a drip tier list coming in. I could finish that in like the next week or something. That could be some fucking fun. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and buy this. Though I probably need to save my money at this stage to try to get the Sergei Korolev guy. Go ahead and just start getting some money right now from these luxuries then. And as this dude in Philadelphia absolutely blocks the fucking shit out of a counter spy, absolutely LeBron James'd him on the chase down. We're gonna keep that guy in there because he's looking absolutely dominant. And yeah, Philly right here is just gonna finish the exoplanet expedition, and we'll have probably the easiest science victory of our lives, as I have like 5 different spaceports in like my entire empire. So I'd say in less than turn 250 we should be able to close out this W. Now, a big problem that happened at this stage, something I alluded to earlier, wasn't as catastrophic as I made it out to be, I guess, but we lost the entire East Coast when it comes to fucking campuses, man. Not only that, but with the floods and with all the disasters that I haven't really showed most of them, I guess, we were actually just crippled economically, trade route-wise still, and science-wise. We weren't ever in danger of really losing the game. It's just if we didn't have all these natural disasters and like crippling effects and whatever, just climate change or whatever, then we probably would have already won the game, and it would have been a much more impressive victory than it is right now. We are also going to patronize Sergei Korolev or whatever, and that will allow us to finish the exoplanet expedition in the next couple turns. Well, then we could start on the super booster packs, and maybe if we're super lucky enough and get Carl Sagan sometime soon, we could finish at like turn 242 or 43 or something like that. And we finished the exoplanet expedition and are now just building the terrestrial laser stations. Alright, we absolutely dominated the World's Fair. I've never gone up to 10,000 points on gold, but with 20 cities, I guess that is to be expected. We'll go ahead and Sergei Korolev this shit before getting another terrestrial laser station. We are also going to need some power coming in soon. I don't know why you don't have power. You have a coal power plant. I must just be confused, honestly, because we have a fuck ton of renewables as well. Not only that, but the industrial zone in Washington, D.C. is now damaged, so I can't even go terrestrial laser stations because I need power for that. Absolutely sucks, but who knows, maybe I could do something here in Boston, get that nuclear power plant, maybe spread it around if I can. Aside from that, it's looking a lot more difficult than it was like 50 turns ago or whatever. 2 turns ago, sorry. The good news is the nuclear power plant in Boston has helped Washington. Angela Merkel take fucking notes. And yeah, with all that power in Washington as well, we are absolutely blitzing through space. And within the next 1 or 2 turns, as I get Carl Sagan to use his magic over here, we should easily be able to win a science victory like 3 or 4 turns from now. And as we're traveling 11 light years per turn, it does seem like this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave a like and subscribe. Check out the stream later where we have part 2 of the Ultimate Civ 6 Deity Challenge. We're going to be playing Nubia. Again, rules are going to be in the description of the last challenge I did, which should literally just be the last video, the live stream I did. And yeah, you can check out the rules. If it's fun, you know, you can come here. Get a bigger dick or whatever, probably. Go follow my Twitch channel for that. And as we end off this game, pretty good so far. We won before turn 250, not too bad, honestly. We were kind of cucked a little bit by not having a civ to trade with, as well as all the natural disasters. We were pretty much fucking Haiti in its prime when it comes to natural disasters. But I'll take the win. We get Charles de Gaulle, which, not too bad, honestly. 11th out of 50. If I settled, probably went for a more score type of game. Probably could have gotten the entire American continent, but no use crying over spilled dildos. And, yeah, I already said like, subscribe, but do it a fucking get if you already did. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.